Hey guys, back in the doghouse. As you remember, when I left you guys off, this here was, the front was really low. The transmission was hitting the cross member. The exhaust pipe was hitting the steering rack. And other than that, nothing else was working. So anyway, I'm going to start right from scratch again. I'm going to mount these tires. Now remember, these tires here were hitting the springs across here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put in these nuts, just as spacers, just to get the wheels out a wee bit, find out where I'm at. I'm going to lower the truck down. I'm going to put some weight in it or on it, something like that, and see what kind of adjustments I have to make. I think I was a little bit too aggressive in trying to lower this here, because I wanted it as low as possible, but I think I took too much out. And plus, what I did, this rear axle, when it was in the Fargo rear axle, was underneath the springs. On the Jimmy, it was on top of the springs. So I'm mounting this on top, just as that way the truck itself gets lowered by the diameter of the rear axle, which is 2 inches thereabouts. Plus I took 4 leaves out. So that's a lot of lowering. And what I'm afraid of now is that my rear axle is going to be too low. The pinion, whatever you call the pumpkin, blah blah, whatever it is, going to be too low to line up with the drive shaft properly, the right angle. I think I need them both at around 2 to 3 degrees, whether it be negative or positive, as long as they're both the same. So anyway, I'm going to mess around with this here and see what I can come up with. Hopefully a good outcome, not like the other day. Now I gotta reverse everything that I did. That seemed to be the story of my life. That's how I'm learning. So anyway, we'll put it together and see what happens. Okay, the nuts that I'm putting in here, just as spacers, they're a 1/2 inch. That'll bring the wheel out a 1/2 inch, and that should clear the spring. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, come on. Where in the heck did I put my ratchet? Perfect. Got one wheel on. Get one on this side. Then we can start doing some figuring. There we go. Four washers make a 1/2 inch. Yeah. 2, 4. There we go. Oh, better get my lords. The old man can't lift a tire. Well, that wasn't easy. There, that should be good enough to find out where I'm at anyway. Okay guys, where I left you off was I forgot to hook up the shocks, and I was clamping down the rear axle to the shock mounts, and so I saved you all the boring stuff and the cursing, swearing and banging and the sort of stuff. So I went and put them on backwards. I had to take them apart, put them on again, and lost some stuff. I had to find it. Oh, just a real shit show. Anyway, spared you all that. Now I got you back here, and we'll get her down on the floor and see what it looks like. And I think we'll put some stuff back in, some leaves. Holy jumpings. Get us low. Oh. Well, here we go again. Here's my frame. Here's my knee. See, like 3 inches there. So I think that's a little low. My springs are still well, I'll show you what I got. It's pretty crazy. Bandit, get out of the road. So I'll take you on a little trip here. So I'll show you what I've got. I have, okay, Bubba was asking me about U-bolts. Can you see the U-bolts there? Here's one here. The other one is in here. I don't know if you can see that. Not much light. But anyway, there's one on either side of the springs. This rear end came out of the Jimmy. These are the U-bolts that came out of the Jimmy. These are the shock mounts. Let me take a better shot over there. The rusty part is the shock mount. The shocks are going to get changed, but there's a little bit of a upturn on the spring. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 leaves over there. Here's me standing and bouncing on it. I guess that's not good, eh? When the frame hits the rear axle. Now remember, I put the axle on top of the springs like the Jimmy was. The Fargo was designed to have the axle underneath these springs. But I'm just going to go around. I'm going to take some measurements of the height. This should be interesting. One way. Here we go. Okay, so the the rear of the frame. From the floor to the bottom of the frame is 13.5 inches on this side. Well, it's kind of hard to tell. This side is bent, but this side here is 13 and a quarter, 13 and 8, 13 and a quarter. Let's see what's 13 and a quarter right there. The same position over here. Here's 13 and a half, so a little higher on this side than the other side for whatever reason. The door opening is 20 and a quarter. The front of the frame here is 20 and a half, 23/8, 20 and a half. Here it's 20. So this side is a little bit lower. So the passenger side is lower. According to the level, according to my level, it's low as well. I don't know if you can see that. Where the heck did it go? Yeah, so if I bring it up. Yes, if I bring it up about maybe 3/8 of an inch on the passenger side, then it's level. But you can see here, I had to take my exhaust off because my exhaust was hitting the steering rod, whatever that is, going across at the front here. I can't even find it. I took it off. And then underneath, get my light here again. Yeah, you can see here. Where'd my hand go? Oh, way down here. I'm hitting the cross member here. Here's my, holy shit. Here's my transmission mount. Doesn't touch here. Here it's touching. Here it's not. I gotta. I'll almost stick my finger underneath here. So obviously I got to jack it up. Got to get a 1/2 inch. Yeah. So anyway, all the stuff that I did the last couple of days, I've got to undo it. Kind of looks cool though. It's sitting so low. But I'm gonna. Yeah. So I think what I'll do, I'll tear it all apart again, and I will put one leaf all the way around and see what that is like. That is, you know, like I don't even need the running boards. I think the running boards are right here. My gosh. Yeah, so I'll put one leaf in and show you guys what happens tomorrow. No sense showing you anymore today because I won't get anything done. I'll just get it torn apart. Mind you, it's 3 o'clock now. I got to go in pretty soon and start supper. And I might come out tonight after supper and start ripping it apart. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a comment. If you see anything that I haven't shown, please leave it in the comments. Bob, I hope your questions are answered about the U-bolts. U-bolts going around the spring and around the axle. I don't think you can see that. Seems to be a light. It's supposed to be a light here. Can you see that any better, Bubba? You see a spring, right, a U-bolt right here. It's going over the axle, and it's on the inside of the spring. The other U-bolt here, that goes on the outside of the spring, and it goes through the shock mount. See that there, Bubba? I hope. I can't stand upside down to show you anymore, but I think that's all right. But anyway, these shocks have to be changed anyway, and that'll be the last thing I do. Anyway, like I said, please subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. I really enjoy them because you can kind of encourage me to keep going. And click on the little bell, that way you get notification that I've got more videos coming up. And don't be shy. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. We'll get together pretty soon. Anyway, have a good one.